Now, it's important to consider two main uses of adjectives. They can be found in various positions in relation to the article and the noun that they modify to create different meanings. The two major meanings are the attributive function and the predicative function. First, let's look at the attributive function. There are two positions for the adjective that will yield an attributive function. The first attributive position will look like this. You'll have the article followed by the adjective followed by the noun. An example of this is ho agathos anthropos, the good man. This simply expresses an attribute of the man. The man is good, the good man. So the first attributive position, article, adjective, noun. And it attributes something about the noun. Now the second attributive position will look like this. You'll have the article, then the noun, then an article, then the adjective. Here's an example. Tu thanatu tu defteru, the second death. You've got the death, article, noun, article, adjective. But we translate it the second death. It is still attributing something to the noun in question. So there's no difference in meaning between first and second attributive positions. They're just two different ways of constructing the same thing. Next we come to the predicative positions. The first predicative position is adjective, article, noun. So in other words, the adjective does not have an article of its own, unlike the attributive positions. Now the force of the predicative function is to predicate something about the noun. In other words, it will be translated with the verb to be supplied. Look at this example. Makarios or doulos. This is the adjective, blessed. Here is the article, and here is the noun for slave. We will translate this, because it's in the predicative position, as the slave is blessed. The slave is blessed. So not attributing something about the slave, but predicating something about the slave with the supply of the verb to be in English. The second predicative position looks like this. The article, the noun, the adjective. Again, the adjective does not have an article of its own. An example here is hilogi pisti. Article, noun, adjective. And this will translate as these words are faithful. Are has been supplied in our translation. These words are faithful. So pisti is predicating something about the words, and that is signaled to us by this second predicative position. It's essential that you learn these four positions, two attributive and two predicative, because without them you will make mistakes in your reading and translation, especially when it comes to the predicative position, where we need to supply the verb to be to make proper sense of what is happening with the adjective. Now, since we're talking about attributive and predicative positions, it's worth talking about the pronoun avtos or autos, the third person pronoun, which we have already looked at in a previous lesson. This is capable of two functions according to these two different positions. When the third person pronoun is found in the attributive position, it will yield a function known as the identical adjective. So, for example, we would translate it the same Lord, ho avtos kurios. The same Lord is how we translate it. When in the predicative position, this is what's known as the emphasizing use of the pronoun, and so we would translate it as the Lord himself. The Lord himself. So the identical adjective and the emphasizing pronoun are both functions of avtos in either attributive or predicative position.